This is the question where most people have an issue with.
I would say the biggest thing with that is really just understanding the legal jargon. I come from everything from an accounting background, so I think of everything from records.
What is a great example of knowing the records, responding to somebody like,
Let's just say they never do that because they don't think you understand how the process works.
so like if that were to happen, what are the steps that they should take?
So the steps,
You mentioned that you have to go to a form in the IRS. What is the form?
there are so many different whistleblower forms you got.
You're saying it automatically just disappears.
9 times out of 10, you don't want that to go to court because if it goes to court, now it's public record. So now who can see it?
Right.
Everybody else.
It's public. Yeah, exactly.
They don't want that smoke.
How does a person gain and build relationships?
It's a couple different ways. I mean, y'all build a business relationship. Look at this, right? Get your ass out there if you're an entrepreneur and build them relationships.
I wish I knew the information I knew now.
Oh, 100%.
Because, bro, if I would have used that information then,
For sure. Be in a totally different situation. Yep.
this is good. What's going on, family? It is your boy Marcus here, back with another episode on the Digital Empire Podcast. And you guys already know we had to bring somebody that was a specialist in their craft. This man right here has been killing the game for so long. I know it's been longer than me because he got more followers than me.
Oh,
so I'm just I'm just playing. Like, but you got to really be real when somebody has information. You got to get the information quick, right? The key thing here is that I don't want you to miss is that I don't want you to be addicted to information and allergic to execution. So the information this man gives you all, I want you to literally write it down and execute, because this man's going to really give some gems. So I want to go ahead and introduce my man, Jamaree. Appreciate you for coming on, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I want to go ahead and start off with who you were. What was the OG Jamaree? Like, who was that person? Like, break down who that guy was real quick.
He just real raw and authentic. Like, I don't try to be nobody that I'm not. I don't try to fake it till I make it or nothing. I just be real and transparent about my journey, where I'm at with it, and what I'm trying to do. So I would say that's the OG, just real, raw, cut, gonna give it to you straight, you know.
All right. Well, tell the people like, what do you do? How you serve people?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say I'm a consumer advocate. I'm in the credit space, but I also sue debt collectors, and I help people with other legal situations, i.e. wage garnishments and different child support and different things like that. And I would say the biggest thing with that is really just understanding the legal jargon, because everybody like they got to sound like a lawyer,
right,
or an attorney, and it's like, nah, you just really just respond to what they're saying to you if you understand what's going on and what's really happening behind the scenes. Because I come from everything from an accounting background, so I think of everything from records.
Got you.
All right, let's talk records.
So you mentioned that from the accounting background. Can you explain to them like what goes into accounting, like how that relates to what you're talking about?
Yeah, so I mean, I got my undergrad in accounting and I got an MBA. So and I've worked accounting jobs. I've audited credit unions, state and federal. Done regular corporate accounting, real estate accounting, government accounting, and just in my time, just really understanding that there's a lot of fraud that goes on.
For sure.
From a corporation standpoint. We see it all the time. Everybody get mad at Donald Trump, like, oh, he need to give up his taxes, when it's like, if he give up his, how many of your favorite celebrities and these other elites gonna have to give up theirs? And then a lot of stuff gonna be seen. So really just understanding how that works, and understanding how it works from a consumer standpoint, about how to enforce our rights when it comes to these corporations that try to take advantage of us, and things like that. So it's really just understanding that piece of it. You can understand the numbers and how the numbers work and how things are supposed to be, rather than what they tell you on the phone, or whether what somebody say, oh, this account is verified. Oh, all right. Okay.
Well, give us an example. Like, what is a great example of knowing the records, responding to somebody? Like, can you give us an example?
So let's just say I had a credit card, it got charged off. When that company charges that account off, if you understand accounting, when a company charges off an account, they're taking a tax break for it.
Right.
But what did you receive? You didn't receive anything. So now, not only did you take a tax break, they got a tax break for that account. They're supposed to send you a 1099-C so you can claim it as income on your credit report.
Even if it's personal?
Taxes, even if it's personal. That means personal business is supposed to happen. They never do that because they don't think you understand how the process works. So not only did they get the tax break, they then turn around, charge it off on your report. So now you've been damaged, but they haven't been damaged. Then you have the situations where they sell it to a collection company. So now you got not only the tax break, but now they got paid for the account. Right.
And they sold it to them.
Exactly. They sold it to them in a pool of debt. They didn't just sold your account. They might have sold $200,000 to $300,000, maybe $400,000 worth for maybe like 20 grand or 30 grand, something like, just so that they already took the loss.
And they write it off too.
Exactly. So they getting a tax break, they getting paid, and then sometimes they might try to sue you for that same charge off. So now you coming at me 3 different ways. I'm sorry, you damaged me, and now you took a tax break. You didn't send me a 1099-C. You sold the account, or even if you didn't sell the account, you tried to sue me, right? But what did I receive? I didn't receive nothing. So if you're not gonna send me my 1099-C, then I have suspicion that you commit fraud.
Look, I'm talking to you all every single episode about how to be able to create a 6-figure digital empire, and some of y'all haven't taken action yet. Y'all just, for some reason, life haven't slapped you in the face yet, where it's like, yo, I'm tired of being at the place that I'm in right now. I'm tired of working my 9 to 5. I want to create a business. I want to become an entrepreneur. I'm tired of working for someone else when they don't even care about me. Look, I have something for you. I was working a 9 to 5, literally, not even a year ago. It's gonna be a year this year that I have been able to leave my 9 to 5 to be able to come to you guys and show you how I was able to leave working at Papado, 101 Steak, Ruth Chris, all hospitality places, y'all, to now being able to break 100K months. Literally, this is what happened. Let me tell you. I was able to break 100K months in 6 months, to be more exact. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I was able to do it and how exactly I was able to do it from working a job, creating multiple 4 to 5 figures while working my 9 to 5, to then leaving my 9 to 5, to then scaling my business. Y'all, I'm gonna show you how to fund your business without using your own money. There's so many things in this book that I could be charging tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm gonna share with you how exactly I did it, and with pennies of the dollar. It costs $10, y'all. Worst case scenarios, you learn something more and profit off of it. Okay, so look, click the link, thedigitalempirebook.com. Get the ebook, y'all.
Right.
So how does somebody deal with that? So like if that were to happen, what are the steps that they should take?
So the steps would be obviously to reach out to them, request a 1099-C, let them know why you're requesting it. You could just say, hey, I'm doing forensic audit out of my account. I know this account was charged off based, you can use generally accepted accounting principles or IFRS to let them know what a charge off is, because they'll try to act dumb like they don't know what you're talking about. Or they'll say, oh no, we don't have to provide that. Or, oh no, we didn't charge it off. Well, sir, my credit report says that you charged it off profit and loss for whatever this amount is. So is that who are you lying on the credit report, or are you lying to me right now?
Right.
Most of the time they lie to you right now. So after you've done that and they come back with that little stupid response, I tell everybody to send everything certified. All right, send everything certified, because court starts in the mail. Right. So if you have to
court
sue,
is a document.
there we go. So if you have to sue them on the back end, that's why people call me Mr. I'm gonna sue that ass. So I got to sue you on the back end. I've already built my case out from these prior months of communication with you. So request a 1099-C, they might hit you back and say, oh, well, we don't have to send it, or we didn't charge the amount off. I'll send them the credit report back showing, or sometimes I'll send the credit report originally when I request the 1099-C showing, no, you guys did charge it off. These are the comments on this account. So are you lying on the credit report, or are you lying to me right now? Most of the time they're not going to respond. When they don't respond, I go ahead and send out second correspondence, let them know, hey, look, if I don't get what I'm requesting in regards to these accounts, then action. Well, yeah, I'm going to sue, but I'm going to do some other action as well. Because if you think about it, what happens to you if you don't pay your taxes? Uncle Sam come calling, right?
For sure.
So can I use Uncle Sam the same way when I have a suspicion of fraud?
You should.
You should. And
you should be able to use that. Yeah. So 1000%.
Let them know.
You know, so like a tax lien or something, or like a tax lien.
There are a lot of
or something like that.
There are a lot of forms that you can fill out with the IRS that you can submit to IRS for companies that are committing fraud. So sometimes, when I send that first notice, I go ahead and fill the forms out so that they know I'm not playing. And you got to understand how this works. If a company is found guilty of fraud, right? Because if you understand how contra asset accounts work, and understand that there's double bookings, they got what they show you on the public side, they got the private side as well. So if you're telling me you didn't charge it off, let's see what you told Uncle Sam. So if you won't provide me what I'm asking for when I ask for accounting records, because what they're gonna send you, they're gonna send you the billing statements. That's not proper documentation. There's plenty of case law, Pacific Concrete versus FCU. I mean Pacific Concrete FCU versus Canoe. That's one case. It shows that that documentary evidence that they're selling you these billing statements, that's not proper documentation. So you can't shit me. You can shit everybody else, but you're not gonna shit me. So we'll send the documents with the case law. Let them know, hey, look, this is what I'm requiring. Most of the time, they don't come back and say, oh, it's reporting accurately. We didn't take it off, and then boom, it just disappears off your credit report. Or boom, that collection account just disappears. Or boom, the court case just goes away. Stuff like that they'll do in the background, because they already know if the IRS get involved, only person going to jail is the CEO. So it's just like if you think about back in the day.
That's true.
It's like back in the day with the mob movies. Like they extort companies. They're doing the same thing to us as people. They're trying to extort us, right?
You mentioned that you have to go to a form in the IRS. What is the form?
There are so many different whistleblower forms. You got 3949A form. You got 211 form, I think 892. It's so many different forms for different types of suspicion of fraud. It's not a general one. Like they got different ones for industries as well. And different types of business structure. So like if a nonprofit is committing fraud or you have suspicion of
Got
fraud,
you. So there's
like
different forms depending on the exact situation
Correct.
that you're in. So how does a person know which form to go to depending on the
I
situation?
mean, they better get with somebody like me, or they might want to do their own little research. Everybody want to Google or use
That's true.
ChatGPT and the different stuff. They can.
We do got ChatGPT.
Yeah, they can ask questions, and you can
And it's
get
legal now.
Yep, it's legal, so you can get real creative. You don't have to buy no templates. You can get real creative with the way that you're articulating yourself to these companies with the resources that are out there.
So when you go to IRS and you get these forms, you're mailing this to them.
I'm mailing it with my initial request for that 1099-C to let you know that this is what you're reporting, and if you don't do so, this is what I'm going to do. It's not a threat. I'm not threatening you because I'm telling you exactly what I'm going to do. So you're either going to apply, you're going to comply, or you're not. We just going to get the IRS involved. It's up to you.
Interesting. So when I send this out, like you said, or when a person sends this out, then they're, like you said, the government or whoever, the creditor or the collection, whoever it is, right? Depending on who has the debt. It doesn't even matter who has the debt at this point.
Right.
You're saying it automatically just disappears because they know that if it's still on there.
There's a lot of ways it can go. Yeah, if it's still on there and I file a lawsuit against you for defamation of my character, for misrepresentation, for fraud, those different type of things, 9 times out of 10, you don't want that to go to court, because if it goes to court, now it's public record. So now who can see it?
Right.
Everybody else.
It's public. Yeah, exactly.
They don't want that smoke, man. They don't want that smoke. I promise you. There is not a company out there that want that smoke with you. I promise you, if you just do it. And a lot of people be like, oh, I need practice. All right, well, best practice is to practice on yourself. If your credit report is not where it need to be, or one of your family members, that's how I got practice. I practiced on family members. I had some situations myself, and that's how I got the experience.
Okay, so we talked about charge-offs. What other things what other processes?
Collection accounts, they're not supposed to be reported. Late payments aren't technically supposed to be reported.
Late payments are the hardest thing, bro, to get deleted.
It's a transaction.
So
transactions aren't supposed to be in your credit report.
Okay, so how does somebody get the late payments off?
The same way. Let them know what you can use ChatGPT however you want. Articulate. If you know the laws to use, articulate why this is not supposed to be in your credit report. Show the federal laws, because what a lot of companies are saying, oh, we're reporting accurately, pursuing our policies and procedures. I don't give a fuck about your policies and procedures, excuse my French, because that doesn't supersede federal law.
Right.
But a lot of companies, the bigger companies, they want to push your hand. They want to see if you know what you know, or did you just go on the internet and Google something, or just use ChatGPT. So if you want to push my hand, let's go. Let's go. I'm not afraid to go to court. If I lose, okay, I lost. So I got the experience, and I can come and get your ass, because now I know where I messed up. And where most people mess up is when it gets to the court. First of all, people are afraid. Right. People are so afraid to go to court. I'm like, why? You literally just go in there and telling your story. Tell exactly what happened, show your exhibits, and let them put the proof of burden on them, just like they do to you when they sue you. They put the proof of burden on you. Cool. Now I'm gonna flip the script.
Okay. So they make sure that they got the steps. Step 1 is go to ChatGPT, write a letter, make sure it has the laws in it.
Correct.
Mail it to them certified mail.
Correct.
Wait for a response.
Yep.
Then from that response, you then, depending on the response. Yeah.
If you don't get a response, there's other ways you can communicate with them. Some people use CFPB. I don't. Because there are way more. Everybody's using CFPB, so those disputes are getting closed. If you sound lawyery, they closing your dispute. So I go different routes. It's a lot of software you guys can use out there to get the emails of these CEOs, CFOs, the people you're trying to get in contact with. It's a lot of tracking things you can use via email to see how many times they open it, how many times they forward it, and I throw all that in the court case. They'll say, "Oh, we didn't get it." Yes, you did. Sir, I have documentation right there that you forwarded this email 76 times, starting on, what's today, August 11th, 2023. What they gonna say in court then? Now the judge know you got it.
Interesting. So if they don't respond, you're going directly to the CEO himself. And then, of course, they're going to report it, because then they're going to tell it to the team, hey, this person emailed me.
And I'm going to find other ways to, some people, like I said, CFPB, BBB, there's a lot of different regulators of these banks and corporations out there that you can, file complaints with. And I'm documenting all that stuff. I'm putting in the court case, because the judge going to ask you, well, did you take any other steps to try to resolve this matter? Yes, sir. I filed a complaint with this place, and I emailed them all to the CEO, in which he forwarded those around as well.
Interesting. So, but if they do respond, then that's when you're going to IRS.
Correct. Well, they're either going to respond one of two ways. They're either going to say it's verified and they did report it accurately, and then sometimes they take it off in the background, like you'll see it fall off later. Or then we gotta
go directly to the CEO.
Go to IRS. Yep.
This is good. I see why moms was like, we need to get in contact.
Because it's easy, but everybody wants to sound lawyery, and I'm like, why? You're not a lawyer. You don't have to do all that legal jargon, man. Just say what the hell happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay. Now we're gonna talk that good. Because most people have these issues on their credit reports, bro. Most people do, and this is even including us because they always change things up every 3 to 6 months now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, we'll send something, it works, and then 6 months later, it doesn't work.
Because, so a big thing about me. Everybody's doing the same thing. What are you doing that's different than what everybody else is doing? What I'm doing, nobody's doing. And I know it because I have conversations with other people who are in the credit space or who consider themselves consumer law gurus and all this different stuff. I don't consider myself that. I consider myself a consumer advocate. I never say credit repair guru. I don't care about none of that shit. I care about results.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So everybody's doing the same stuff. So that's why I started creating processes that nobody was doing because I'm like, y'all all doing the same shit. That's why y'all not getting results. And then when I started doing different stuff and I started seeing the results rolling in, I'm like, oh, okay.
This may be like a intuitive question. You found that, okay, this is happening and everyone's doing this exact same thing. So I need to do something else. What made you decide the decisions you made to know that this was going to work? Because, for example, an average person would be like, I know that everybody's doing this, but I don't know any other way to do it. But like, I don't know the other options to do it. Does that make sense?
Yes. And that's what took me back to, I started thinking about times we've caught credit unions or times we've caught regular fraud, right? And I started thinking about some of the tested controls and some of the procedures that went into that stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what to do. And I know exactly how to document it so that if we do got to go to court, your attorney better come with that heat, because if he don't come with that heat, he's about to get blown out the water.
So what you did is you kind of backtracked how you've sent things before in the past and what has worked in the past. But knowing that things change, how do you know that the things that worked in the past still works?
Federal law never changes.
That's true.
Accounting ain't gonna never change.
That's true. Okay, that's good. That makes you rethink how you kind of like.
And it forced me to rethink my whole process, my whole business, and how I wanted to go about stuff. So I look at it as, and everybody, you should look at it this way. Look at it as if you're writing a book. You're writing a book about what happened. If you didn't pay, you didn't pay it. Shit, it don't matter. What are you doing to fix it? Well, I started with this, and I did this, and that resulted in me getting a response as this, and because of that response, I did this, and because of that, we are now here in court. It's simple. So it's just a matter of just understanding what to do and not being afraid to take the steps. Like, man, so many people, I'm sure you talk to people all the time, Marcus. So many people in the entrepreneur space, they're scared to fail. And I'm like, bro, what are you afraid of?
Too many of them, bro.
Like, we talk about sports. Michael Jordan is how many game winners?
I don't even remember the number.
LeBron James done lost many finals. Like, it's so many people that are great at what they do, but they're not afraid to fail. And us as consumers, I'm scared to go to court. Okay, what you scared to go to court for? You're not gonna get locked up. You're not gonna go to jail.
It's because they don't know what they don't know.
Exactly.
And so let me ask you this, right? What is the first thing that a person should do if they don't know what they don't know?
First, you need to start with your credit report and identify everything that isn't accurate, whether it be all three bureaus not reporting the same thing across the board, right? Or if you got a charge off, or if you got a repo, go through and just do the due diligence yourself to go ahead and figure out what isn't correct. That's always the starting point. Once you figure that out, cool. Hey, send a letter to Navy Federal. Hey, I see you guys are reporting this. Or not even Navy Federal. You can send it to the bureaus, all three of them. Hey, look, I'm looking at my report. Screenshot that area. You guys are reporting inaccurately. And this, and this. And put the law that goes with it. Because think about what most people do on the internet. They just regurgitate laws. They never give any other information. That's my biggest pet peeve.
What do you mean?
Like they'll say, oh, you can do this pursuant blank, 15 USC, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But they never come with the receipts behind it to show you exactly how to do it.
Give me an example.
Let's take TikTok, for example. You'll see people make videos and say, you can remove anything off your report with using this law. They'll tell you how to articulate that law.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So like, for example, like a lot of people say, yo, use 15 USC 1681B permissible purpose, but then can never state the actual meaning of what the permissible purpose means.
And they don't state how this is permissible, what happened with the credit report. They didn't tell the story.
Right. They didn't say, oh, well, this law states that you cannot report anything on my credit report without my permission. And because of that, you have this. You
don't have any lawful authority. Correct.
Got you. So they don't input that information. They're just inputting the law itself, expecting some form of result.
Bro, this the law. It didn't work. Well, yeah, you didn't tell the story. You didn't articulate it.
That makes sense. At least that's a step that we're doing right.
No, yeah. For sure.
Because we study, we're studying I'm studying personally every single law that exists right now.
I've been there.
Like case law, statutory law, commercial law, consumer law, like
This is what I'll tell you as far
intellectual property law, all that.
Study all the laws that apply to what you have going on at that moment.
That's what I learned recently.
Because you'll start getting brain fog.
Yeah, and some laws start mixing together, and then for sure.
Study what's relevant to you and the people you're trying to help right then and there, and then get into all the stuff.
That's literally what I just been focused on. It's like the biggest issue that's going on with our mentees right now is credit. Right. Now we're studying super amount of consumer law, but we want to make sure that we're maybe leveraging some UCC.
What was the first thing that you said when we hopped on? You said you don't want people to do what with the information?
Oh, be addicted to information and allergic to execution.
But a lot of people are.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They're addicted to information. They want to know everything about everything, but they never execute. They never do anything with the information. And that's been one of the biggest things when I have consultations with people and they're like, oh yeah, I know that. I'm like, okay, well, fuck, if you know this, why are you not?
Why aren't you doing
I just don't know that.
See, the thing is, this is what I've learned where I was the addicted to information phase, right? Because now I'm one of those people, like literally my brother sent something earlier today. I said, bro, text that to me right now. And I literally was fixing it as we speak. Right. Like, I feel like that's a muscle that people have to like learn.
You just start hoarding information. Then you'll come back a year later and be like, oh shit, I had this the whole time.
Yeah. I remember when I was in network marketing and I feel like this was a thing that you probably can relate to as well.
The script.
Yeah. You say the script over and over, or you learn the same information over and over. And then you try to go to the leader and be like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, is this like some magic trick is going to happen? But they give you the same information.
It's the same thing. I just made a story on anyway. No, I definitely understand what you're saying. I would say if you out there and you watching this, just try. You won't know until you try. And a lot of people learn from experience. I'm one. Because I tell people all the time on every podcast, I was one of the regurgitators when it sued. My first time I got my ass whooped. Bro, I did too.
That's what made me get into the laws.
So that the same thing for me, but it was a black judge. I had a late case. I had a 630 case. So she pulled me to the side. She said, you know what you're doing. You're just not executing the correct way. You need to go study. And when she said study, she said, I want you to start studying case law. Don't just study the law. Study the case law that backs what you're saying. Because if you do that, now there won't be a failure to state your claim. Because that's what most people get when they go to court. It's failure to state a claim. They state a law, but they didn't tell the story. They didn't tell how this company violated that law, any of that. So you failed to state your claim. And now your case, they throwing it.
That's next. What I literally had the same issue, bro. It wasn't with a black judge. It was with a white judge. And it was a loan that we had gotten, I think 2019 or something like that. And I had just got into court. We're in 2023, early 2023. Like, I didn't really care about the laws. My mom was the person that was usually doing the laws, right? As you already know. Sure. I was more doing like asset protection. Okay. Right? So like trusts. Moving like, exactly. Like that's what I'm good at. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to the courtroom, she said something. I can't remember what she said. It was actually, I remember, it was something, you know how you go to an agreement and they make you click I agree. And then they say that's kind of like the wet signature. Okay. Right? That's illegal. Because if you go through the e-signature act, you're supposed to have an actual signature on there. Correct.
But you know what they do sometimes? Most of the time, they'll forward your signature. Right. That's why I always tell people, request that original.
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't know that then. So I lost because I did not know that law. Do you get what I'm saying? Simple, yeah. I won everything else but that specific point because I did not know that specific act or that law or whatever it's called. Right. And so I was like, dang, like I have to know. There's so many laws, but I get confused. But like, I can't remember which specific law it is, but like that would be the law that I've been studying. I think at that point, that's when I just started studying all of them. Yeah. Yeah. I just started studying as many laws as I possibly can in regards to that case. But it's in general, man. It's just the fact that most people, when they go to the courtroom, they don't even know, they can't depict what is what. Does that make sense? Right. So like, how can you help somebody that even if they were to send stuff out and they may have some things and then they got to go to the courtroom now, like, how can they pick up on the lingo? Like, how can they understand some of the things?
You got Black Law Dictionary. I don't really use Google. I try to use more legal stuff.
Yeah.
If I don't understand a word or something, just because it's a lot. We don't want to get into that talk, but just because there's a lot of words that we think mean certain things, but they actually mean something different. So when you walk in that courtroom and you don't know that this word might mean something else as well, you could be fucked.
That's true. When that happened, I was learning like, what was it? Cornell University or Cornell Law? Yeah.
And what I tell people all the time is if you feel like that's your situation, don't. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So if you know you got court and you know you don't understand, find somebody. We all got social media. We all know people in different circles. Find somebody who's actually done it, that has receipts that can show you, and just pay them for their time. So you go into the court case
a one-on-one or something. You get what I'm saying?
People, oh, I'm gonna get on YouTube. Okay, yes, go ahead. But everything is not always gonna be on YouTube. Everything is not gonna be on there.
That's facts. I was looking up when I first got into like asset protection trust, right? I was trying to look up the legal document for it.
I know
it does not.
It don't exist.
It does not exist.
Until you go to somebody who actually does it, right?
It doesn't exist. Sometimes even if you pay somebody, they don't even got the correct one that you want. Right. They may have, like, let's say I need a family trust, but they give me a private trust.
Right.
Like, because the private is one of the most popular trusts out right now. And so, like, I've learned you just got to pay to play.
People, listen, so the whole entrepreneur thing, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for we'll just say the last 3 years. I jumped off the porch when my grandpa died during COVID in 2020, right? So people are like, oh, how much have you invested in mentorship? How much? I'm like, yo, I don't pay somebody's salary. I don't invested somebody's salary, but that's because I could, right? I put myself in a position where I can do that. But some people won't do it because they feel like, oh, if I go take this person course or if I buy something from them, they got a one up on me. How, bro? You don't know the information and they know it.
And sometimes a course ain't enough either. A lot of people think that courses is just like the end all be all.
And that's why I don't really have courses.
I don't do courses.
And people be like, oh, well, you got a mentorship? I'm like, nah, but you can pay for a one-on-one and I guarantee you're going to get more than what you would have got from a little ebook or a course.
Facts. Mind you, our stuff is a mentorship in a sense, but ours is a mastermind.
But you know, the biggest issue is people think they're going to take your mentorship and they're going to have direct access to you. Like they can touch you like this. It's like, no, that's not what it is. You're going to get access to the information.
Yeah. Look, are you looking for a like-minded community of people who are trying to build a digital investment and digital entrepreneurship business? Well, look, we got something for you. You are listening to this podcast because you want to build a digital investment or become an entrepreneur. Well, look, we got a big community down below in the description. It's called the Digital Empire Patreon. This is something that only people who have joined and listened to this podcast. So this is an exclusive people. You have to listen to this podcast just to be able to get to this Patreon. Okay. So go ahead, subscribe. It literally costs you less than a coffee. Get in, go ahead and just join and get the free content that is a part of that. And I'm telling you, y'all, this content that I'm breaking down, I'm not putting out in public. So you must join in order to get the exclusive stuff that I can't even say in public. So look, y'all, just tap in, just click the link. You may even have one call a month or one or twice a month. Right. But when you get a mastermind, he didn't say mastermind, but he said something else. But I'm going to say mastermind, but the mastermind gives you access. Right. There's something in between information and access, and I can't remember the word he used, but like that's what most people go for. Is they think that the mentorship is the mastermind, right? When those are totally two different things. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like you mentioned that you do a lot of like you've invested a person's salary. Like I'm a person that gets personal, bro. How much have you invested in personal development? Personal
development alone. So personal development for me looks different than what it is for everybody else. Personal development for me doesn't. I take the business out of it. So personal development for me is what that therapy bill look like.
That's true.
Have you went to therapy? Because if you haven't healed yourself, you know how they say you know how they say people get money and they still corny? That's a big thing because a lot of people don't do the work to heal themselves before they try to start a business, or they say, oh, I'm gonna get money and now I'm this different person. No, bro, you still the same motherfucking cornball. You just got a little bit of bread now.
That's right? Literally what it is.
So for me, it looks like personal development for me is how much time am I investing in myself? Am I mentally in a good place? What does the therapy look like? What does the me time look like? Right? What books am I reading? Not only to clear my mind, but to elevate myself to another level. What does my health look like? Right? Do I got high cholesterol? Right. Am I eating out all the time? Do I got the old Gucci belly? Like, am I going to yoga? Am I doing cryotherapy? Am I doing things to take my body to another level? Because we both know as entrepreneurs, you'll work, go to a eat meetings, and then you in a bad place. You done gained 20, 30 pounds. The money's there, but you're not in a good place. Mentally, you tired, you sluggish. So that's what personal development looks like for me. Now on the other side of actually paying for access to people and access to information, at this point in year 3, I could tell you the exact number because I keep up with it because I like to either check was this person's information good or trash. Like just being
that's good.
real.
I might need to implement that
for sure.
That's good.
It'll save you a lot of time, and you can give it to the people who come to y'all mastermind when they looking to check out other people. That's your personal opinion of the person. Of course, it's not people are, oh, you must don't like that person. Nah, it's not that.
It may not be for you.
Yeah, exactly. The information might have been for a beginner. So to date, I have spent $127,000.
That's crazy.
On just access to information, and mentorships and masterminds. So.
Yeah, I need to write it down to know who's good and not good.
When you write it down, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I spent that much."
Yeah, no, for real. But I know we've spent over $200,000 in personal development. I believe it. For sure. Like a lot of different people have been great, and like you said, there's a lot of different people that maybe I shouldn't have purchased that are catered towards new entrepreneurs. Right. I wouldn't say that they're bad. They're just, I've already passed that point.
Correct. But you didn't know that until you got
I got into the information. Exactly. So like, I feel like those type of situations are good to know. But I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm gonna just write down all the. That's gonna be a long list. But I
got like 17 things on my list.
That's crazy.
Like you said, it's a lot of stuff. But again, you don't know what you don't know until you get in those rooms with people who are in different industries or doing different things. And you're like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. Because like you said, you're really paying for just access to them and their network. Yep. And a lot of people don't understand that. Because I've met some of my best business partners. I met them at masterminds.
Same here.
Other people.
Same here.
Right. And then we just started doing business together and everybody eats.
Exactly. I want to pivot real quick because you mentioned that your personal development talks about books. You were reading books in some of your personal development, and then you were talking about the Black's Law Dictionary to get some legal information, right? What are some other books that people can read in regards to like legalities and all of that?
Legalities or just development period or just all?
Just legalities.
See, I'm going through some screenshots of books that you try to find the screenshots of the books. You got the you guys can get the Barron's Real Estate Guide, Dictionary of Real Estate Terms.
I ain't never heard that before.
Remember we talked about certain words meaning different things?
Yeah.
When you start studying court and you're dealing with mortgages and different stuff like that.
What's it called?
It's Barron's Real Estate Guides, Dictionary of Real Estate Terms. It's the 8th edition.
Dictionary.
So it's by it's Jack P. Friedman. He has his PhD, a CPA, a MAI, a CRE, and an ASA. Jack C. Harris and J. Bruce Linderman are in this book as well, and they have PhDs.
Linderman, I know that.
Yeah, I know about Linderman too. So that's one book, just from legalities, from a real estate perspective.
I see different colors.
Yeah, they got different editions. I only have the 8th edition. I didn't feel
it's
like
just literally just like the Black's Law Dictionary with all these editions.
So it was just for real estate. We got a lot of real estate, people out here, investors, realtors, underwriters, all that different type of stuff. That's a legality book. Some of them I don't have pictures of. But what I will say is find an expert in the area that you're in and look for their publications, not just a book. If you can find a lot of their publications will have good stuff that you can reference back to or use on a daily basis. And a lot of that stuff is how I built a lot of the templates that I've created, the letters that I sent out to companies, because I'm looking at it like this. If I can chew your ass up and spit you out, and the first letter I send you, so that I back you into a corner and now you don't have a choice. I'd rather do that than do all the corresponding back and forth. So what I've done for a lot of stuff is use the stuff I found in books and case law and legality stuff, put together my letter so that when I send it to a company, everything's right there. So they come on with it.
So let's speak on, you said put people in the corner. You and I know what that means, but for the people that don't know what that means, like how do you know when you've actually put somebody in the corner?
So let's start with what it means. When I say put somebody in the corner, I'm referring to a company, a debt collector, or somebody that you're going back and forth with. So when I say put them in the corner, that means you're putting them in the position to where they're either going to spill the beans about what they have going on or spill the beans about another corporation that's involved in this has going on.
Oh, they snitching on themselves.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
Oh my God. I had that happen one time and I was shocked.
It happened for me. It happens a lot of time with like credit cards and stuff that got charged off that go to debt collectors. So I grind their ass up, put them in the original creditor and some stuff, and they end up snitching real quick.
Yeah, what's crazy is I wish I knew the information I knew now.
Oh, 100%.
Because bro, if I would have used that information then,
for sure, it'd be in a totally different situation,
bruh.
And then I feel like a lot of times just people don't understand how court works, and they don't really understand that sometimes if an attorneys will test you. They're going to test what you know.
Oh yeah.
Or they're going to test. And if you don't know, like you said, it's what you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know and they know they got you, they got you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm glad. I'm fortunate that every time that I've gone to court, a prosecutor has been on my side.
There you go.
Only because, image is important. How you dressed, how you articulate, how you do so many different things.
I disagree with you there.
What?
Image is important, but I'll go to court just like this.
Word. Now, I get the posture of it.
Oh, okay.
Now, I get the posture of going in like that because they doubt that you know what you're talking about, and then you spit out words, spit out the actual words.
Debt collectors, and I literally was t-shirts, some joggers, and we were sitting outside the courtroom, getting ready to go in, and the debt collector was like, "Is anybody here, Jamaree James?" And I was like, and then he was the attorney representative. He said, "You know I'm about to kick your ass, right?" I said, "I'll see you in a few minutes." That's it. He didn't know what I had. I didn't show my hand when I filed the case. I didn't do anything. I didn't show my hand. I waited until court.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the posture, I understand. But I promise you, bro, it hit different when you dress up. Because they're not going to even try you the way that they just tried you right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, you prove that, like, they're going to come to you when you look a certain way. And then, of course, when you get them, they're going to be like, dang, I underestimated somebody.
Right.
But they wouldn't even think to try you if you dressed a certain way. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, they're going to try you because you don't know what you're doing. Like, mentally, they're going to try you. But, like, physically, they're not going to underestimate you in the physical. They're going to be like, oh, this man came in here a certain type of way. Let me get myself together.
Right.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying? So,
like, that's the only reason why I do stuff is, there's a posture there, but there's also a posture in dressing up. Now, I'm not saying to be in that in like a suit and a whole tie and like, I'm not finna do all that, but I will come in there maybe with like a nice blazer, a shirt, maybe some slacks, maybe like some like basic shoes.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like some I'm not coming in there like with a tuxedo or nothing. No, that's just OD.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to go ahead and take a quick little break because them things right there, they look delicious. So I want to tell the people real quick what we got going on. Let me grab one of them. Which one did you say was yours?
Pineapple.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, this is Mango Madness.
It's all good. I got Apple Mania. So for the people who aren't aware, right? People that's not aware, this is called Liquid Loud, y'all. My friend, very close friend of mine, her name is Selena. She has been making these amazing drinks, I don't know, for years. And she been killing the game with these. Ooh. Oh yeah.
Selena got active right there. Sheesh.
Bro, these drinks right here, bro, you got to get you some Liquid Loud, y'all. It comes in two different ways, all right? You got alcohol versions, which is exclusive, right? So if you click that link in the description, you'll be able to get one of these. And these are like real good. You know what I'm saying? These are the juices right here. Or you can get you the green. So I always say the green is with the green. The green has that CBD inside of it. So for people who's like, yo, green, what you mean? It's really that CBD. But so for people who's like, yo, green, what you mean? It's really that CBD. But we gonna play it off. But Liquid Loud, y'all got to get that Liquid Loud. I'm telling you. So like 1 out of 10, how would you rate that first taste?
Oh no, this is definitely a 9.5. I don't want to, hey, Selena, holla at me because I'm gonna need you for a couple functions.
Yo, she go crazy. I gotta get this taste real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn, before I tasted, I could smell the goodness, boy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that caught me off guard. It was like I sniffed and tasted at the same time. It was kind of weird. But this thing is hitting. This thing is good. Oh yeah. So I'm telling y'all, link in the description. Get y'all this Liquid Loud. We can't fake these reactions, yo. We're not inflating the truth here. This thing is busting. Okay, so click the link below. We got a special deal for y'all, just for our audience, just because we appreciate you for tuning in. But I want to go back and ask you one last question before we close out real quick. This is the question where most people have an issue with, right? Do you specialize more in the personal credit or do you also do business credit as well?
Yeah, both.
I just want to make sure.
A lot of relationships inside banks.
That's what I was about to ask you. So like if a person, let's say, wanted to build a relationship with the banks in order to get, their self together, how does a person gain and build relationships?
It's a couple different ways. I mean, number one, most people don't know people in banks. So you really got to go in there. I would go, if I'm you, I would go, even if my credit jacked up, go open another personal account. Sit down and have a conversation with a relationship banker. Y'all might connect. Y'all might have been in the same fraternity or sorority. Y'all might have went to the same school. Y'all might be interested in some of the same stuff. Now they're going to remember you.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? It's a personal connection that you've now made. Then, if you are in the funding space, throw that in there. Hey, Marcus, look, I'm glad we were able to connect today. Thanks for helping me open this business account or this personal account. Listen, I do funding for my clients. I help them, get access to funds to start these new businesses that they, to whether it's start a new business in the real estate, anything, the funds that they need to obviously create their dreams. I wanted to see if we could, work out a partnership or something where I could send my clients directly to you or something like that. Like just build the relationship.
Right.
They respect that more than you trying to be sneaky or
thinking
you got some secret
through.
sauce. Yeah, like build that relationship because you never know who they know. I mean, they got to give the money away. You know what I'm saying? And, you might be, just build a relationship. I'll say that.
That's important. That's super important because what you gave was kind of like a script, right?
Yeah, just simple.
They could just use something super simple to just say something.
You don't got to sound crazy. You don't got to sound super professional. No, just tell them what you're here for.
I've paid for a lot of different credit mentorships, bro. And they'll just say build a relationship. Never really dive deep on like, okay, like, am I just talking to them or am I just like, do I need to do something specific? Like people, there are different types of people out there.
You got to fill out the room. You can't, everybody's going to be different. I might sit down with you. You might act totally different than your brother if you at a different bank. Right. Because every bank has different requirements. So if I'm building those relationships with you, you're going to let me know, hey, look, this is what you're going to need to send these people over. We can go ahead and run them. Right. I'm pretty sure the bankers eat off of that.
They do. They take a mean commission off that, man.
Whether it comes from you or whether it comes from, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's different ways you can build those relationships and build those business partnerships. And now that I've done that, it's like I have brokers that literally send me, hey, look, this is what we have. Do you have any clients for this? Cool. Now all I got to do is go through the list and see what client is ready. Send that over. Like I built a relationship with a small credit union, super small. It's here in Atlanta. And the guy hit me up, I want to say last week, Thursday, said they were doing like a small business loan. So I'm thinking 30, 40,000. I was like, okay, what is it up to? He said 200,000. I said, okay, I got some people that's ready. Right. But it's literally just stated income based off of how much you make in your business or your personal. Right.
Oh, that's a plug. We gonna definitely talk about that because we
could talk about
we entrepreneurs, we got the bread.
Right. So ended up sending this lady over. Her personal salary was obviously more than enough what was needed. He gave her the full 200,000. So now if I built that relationship and I charge a fee for my services to her, I just made a good bag off $200,000.
Don't play with me, man.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yo.
It's all about building the relationships.
Yo.
But that's the biggest thing I tell people when they start these businesses, man. So many people that look just like us be shady, scamming people, and it's like,
yeah. And it's all out of fear, though.
But at the end of the day, you know the decision you about to make.
No, for sure, it is a decision. I'm saying like the reason why they do it is because they're fearful.
Yeah. I mean, think about before you became an entrepreneur. And I tell people all the time, one of the first mentors I had, I knew about him in 2016, 2017. I didn't take his mentorship till 2020.
Same here.
2021. 2020. It was Black Friday.
Yeah, it was 2021 for us in May. I knew about our mentor and I knew about him in 2016, 15, somewhere around there. It might have been 17. But like in that range, I knew about him.
When you knew about him, what did you think? You like, nah, he might scam me.
I don't know what I thought. I was skeptical. I was skeptical. I will say that I was skeptical.
But we'll turn around and don't get me wrong. We'll turn around and somebody who don't look nothing like us, we'll go give them my money.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Actually, I don't even think I don't know if I was a part of that statistic. I don't think I just gave anybody my money.
For sure.
I was just like, I was more like the mindset of you got to save, keep all my money, so I wasn't even giving it.
Right.
But until the mentor that I had was just, he said something that just hit my soul where I was just like, I got it.
Y'all build a business relationship. Look at this, right? This is all business and personal credit cards from built relationships through my business. Get your ass out there if you're an entrepreneur and build them relationships.
That's crazy. Wait, let me hold on that real quick. Let me get some energy flowing.
I'm weak, not some energy flowing.
Let me get some energy flowing over here. How many cards is this? Let me guess. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't tell me. Let me guess.
I know how many it is.
I was counting at first. And I was like, okay, every 4. And let me add every 4. I'm going to guess about 40 or so.
You close. It's 53.
Dang, I was going to say 51st too. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just built relationships. And you don't got to use them all. I just use this because I used to lose wallets all the time. So I know I'll never lose this.
Oh, for real? Okay, I got to ask this question because I always see people having those amount of credit cards. I obviously don't have that amount of credit cards. I'm more like life insurance. I'm big into that.
We don't talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me get with y'all.
But How do you manage all that?
So,
I heard people have assistants for just those cards.
No, I don't have a system. I just rotate my cards every 2 to 3 months. But I brought it today just for the show. But I have a book that I keep them all in, so I rotate every 2 to 3 months. Because most of the ones I have are either cash rewards, or some type of reward for whether it's a hotel or airline, stuff like that. I like those type of cards. Because if you're going to travel, I might as well get some points too.
Okay, tell people what you mean by rotate.
Every single business that I have has about 5 bank accounts, right?
Got
so
you.
I have different
Got
stuff.
you.
I'll use some stuff for regular expenses, some stuff for business expenses, some stuff for family stuff that I know I'm gonna reimburse, some stuff for payroll from my staff, and then some just for personal. So every 2 to 3 months, I'll rotate them because we both know if your card is inactive for too long, they're gonna close the account.
That's
right. So I'll do 2 months, so I don't go 90 days. I'll go 2 months.
I didn't think about that.
Yep, I'll use them for 2 months. Pay them balances down, put them back in the book, grab another 4 to 5.
Oh, so you got a book? Oh, you
so I put these in a book.
Oh, you a
like,
thug.
like you know how the old back in the day.
I was just thinking about that.
The CD thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. That's how they used to do like the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. They would just put them in a book and just pick whatever they need.
Forget. If I pay the balance down, I don't have to worry about, damn, I still got to pay them cards and I'm using these. No.
Oh, that's so smart.
So now I'm building points everywhere. But it takes time.
That's
I ain't
so
start
smart,
off with 53
bro.
cards. Yeah.
Okay. That's smart. That's a whole different conversation for a different day.
Look, is generational wealth and legacy building something that you've been trying to do? Is legacy building something that seems hard? Is something that, is far-fetched? Well, look, I got something better for you that'll literally change the game and how you view things. We are coming out, and it's already there. Literally click the link below. We have something called a free family business workshop. This is a free training that's literally going to show you from A to Z on how to build legacy, what legacy means to us and what legacy should mean to you all. And guess what the method is based off of? The Rockefeller method. Have you wanted to make $600 billion just like the Rockefellers? Is this something that you've been struggling to do? Well, look, we got the best thing on the planet. The family business workshop is the way to go. So I'm telling you, click the link below, join that family business workshop, learn the Rockefeller method the right way, because we're literally doing the exact same thing that they're doing. The whole life policy, the trust, the ministry trust, the family trust, the private trust, showing you how to build everything from the ground up. This is what we're going to be doing. So look, appreciate you. Tap below and I'll see you there.
I want everybody to know, like, how can they tap into you? Like, do you have something to give them? Like, sell the audience real quick, bro. Come on now.
So I got some stuff for y'all. Anybody who books a consultation with me, whether it's a 15, 30, or 1 hour, and they reference you guys' show, I'll give you guys a 30% discount on all my services. You guys can reach me on social media, Instagram at the real Jamaree. That's Jamaree James with 1 underscore, because there's a lot of fake pages out there. You know how they do once we start giving value.
Yeah, man.
Or you guys can go straight to my website, which is www.jamareejames.com and book through there. So anybody who booked, I'm gonna hook them up just because they came through you. Y'all like family, so
Look, man, come on now. You already know that we gonna bless y'all. Look, let's just tell it what it is. I like personal referrals. All right. Anybody that's on this podcast, y'all, I know personally. Like, I'm not bringing people that I don't know. These are all like friends, relationships that I built or bought, because some of them is like mentors or whatever.
Ain't buy me, so.
No, I ain't buy it. No. This is definitely not. But like some people, like you invest into their information and you just become close friends with them over time. That's what I mean by bought. So like everything I'm bringing on here, y'all, are all personal referrals. Like I don't bring anybody on here that's not based on a personal relationship. Right. So this is a personal referral. So y'all got to tap in. He just gave y'all some game. He taught me some things. I didn't know some of the things that he taught me. And I know a lot of information because we've invested in a lot of different things. So y'all tap in. Y'all already know. Thank you for tapping into another episode of the Digital Empire Podcast. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.